Good morning. It's Monday, so it's book talk time, and I was on a tear last week, so I have a lot of books to talk about. The first one I want to talk about is Radium Girls by Kate Moore. It is a true story about the girls who painted the glow-in-the-dark dials on watches and clocks and airplane instrument panels. The glow-in-the-dark paint was made with radium, which is radioactive and very bad for them. But of course they didn't know that. They told the girls it was fine. And they taught the girls to paint them literally by putting the brush in their mouth and then dipping it in the paint. And between every dip in the paint, they would do that. So you can imagine how it turned out for these poor girls. I loved the story. I loved the concept. I didn't actually love the book, though. I thought there was way too much detail. I know she wanted to humanize the girls, but I really did not need to meet every single one of these girls who ever worked in any factory ever. It just was so many names and so many dates. I did like the story. When I got to the end, I read the author's notes, which were very fascinating and also terrifying, because in 1978, girls were doing the exact same thing in a different factory, as though we haven't learned anything ever in our entire lives. Okay, so that was really good. We don't have it in the library, but I got it from the public library, so if you're interested, you can find it there. And then the rest of what I read this week was all mystery. I don't know why mystery is what I read. It's what I was after. So We All Fall Down by Natalie Richards, who's one of my favorite mystery writers. This one didn't so much feel like a mystery as a mental health awareness kind of book. This girl and the guy that she likes, who suddenly likes her, and she's like, what do I do with this information, are both struggling. One of them has ADHD really, really bad. The other one has an anxiety disorder or panic attacks. And there's this whole bit about the bridge and how the bridge might be haunted. It is as convoluted as I'm making it sound. But if you like Natalie Richards, she wrote these other books, and this is one of my favorite books in the whole world. So I don't know. This one wasn't my cup of tea. Trouble Never Sleeps, book number 3, to Trouble's a Friend of Mine and Trouble Makes a Comeback, was so good. This is Digby. We love Digby. He's a little different. As you can tell, he actually does walk around in this sort of funeral parlor suit all the time. It's very strange. I had to go back and read some spoiler alerts on the first 2. I really wish I had taken the time to read the first 2 again, because the action picks up here right at the very end. So the premise of the entire series is Digby is trying to find his sister, who was kidnapped from their shared bedroom when she was 6. You can imagine what that would do to a guy, right? Like, you're in the room, you wake up and your sister's gone. Could have been you, but it wasn't you, and now it's your sister. So he's on this whole life quest to find his sister. But on the way, he likes to solve other kind of mysteries. And so in one of the books, they take down a meth house. And one of the books, they take down a coach selling steroids. They're really cute books. They're super funny and punny. So if you want to chuckle with your mystery, these are the books for you. We do have all 3 of them if you want to come check them out. Don't Look Back. This is an amnesia mystery. So amnesia is when you wake up and you don't remember something. So this girl wakes up from an accident. She's wandering alone in the woods, and a police car stops and picks her up, and she doesn't know her name, she doesn't know what happened. But as it turns out, she wasn't missing alone. She and her friend were both missing. And so the entire story is her trying to figure out what happened, the police trying to figure out what happened, pointing fingers at her, pointing fingers at other people. It's a very good murder mystery with, I'm not going to go all the way to a shocking ending, but it was a surprise. I was surprised by the ending. All right, and another number 3. So Hand on the Wall is the last book to Truly Devious, and the second one is The Vanishing Stair. They're both really good. So this is a dual timeline mystery. So part of the mystery is happening in 1936 at an elite boarding school with a super rich guy. And the rest of it is happening sort of modern day at an elite boarding school that used to belong to a super rich guy. And so the main character in this, the whole reason she's at the boarding school is because she's into solving crimes. She wants to be a detective, and so she has written on her application, I'm going to solve the mystery that happened at this boarding school in 1936. Well, as it turns out, at the end of book 2, she does solve that mystery, but it takes us a minute longer to figure out what the implications of that are. And at the same time, there's some current murder mysteries happening. A couple of kids have died. This trying to shut the school down. It's getting rough in this school. If you like boarding school mysteries, good one. If you like junior detectives, good one. If you like dual timelines, also good one. I really did love this book. I love the whole series. I thought book 2 and 3 were even better than book 1, and that doesn't happen very often. So we do have all 3 of them. This one is headed out to a teacher, and it's on hold for another teacher, but it will be back eventually. By the time you get through 1 and 2, it'll probably be ready for you. So feel free to come check out any of these great mysteries, and we'll see you later.